Welcome to Shom HaShav on the Daf, your sponsor, Nishmat Saram B'Yakov Shalom Le'Abbas Yitzchok. We're holding at Sanhedrin Daf Zayin. The Gemara in Mudala brings the drasha on the pasuk that says Poiter Mayim Reishis Modon. The Gemara darshins where Rav Nuna says in Tchilas Dinoin Shlodem Nidoin Ela Al Divrei Torah. The first thing a person is judged on is Divrei Torah. So Toys asks that the Gemara in Shabbos brings that when a person goes up to Shemaim, they ask him 6 questions. Based on the pasuk V'aya emunos itecho choisen Yeshua's chochos v'das. And the first question they ask him, Kneged emunos, is nosato v'natato be'emunot. Did you do business honestly? The second question is Kavata itim l'Torah. Did you make time to learn? So it seems to be that chilas dinu shalad, on the first judgment, the first thing they ask is if he did business be'emuno, not Torah. So why here in our Gemara it says chilas dinu shaladam is on Torah? So Torah's first answer over here is that there we're talking about someone who did learn Torah. But the shaila is, in addition to learning Torah occasionally, did he have a set time to learn Torah? And here we're talking about someone who never learned Torah. So that's why here the tchilas dina she'odam al divrei Torah. Interesting enough, the Maharsha says almost the opposite answer. He says here we talk about someone who's able to learn Torah, but he did not learn as much as he's supposed to. So therefore he's judged on Torah. There we talk about someone who's not able to learn Torah. He's not mutzlach in learning. The Maharsha brings, but it says that only achaz me'elef, only 1 out of 1,000 comes out to be mutzlach in learning. So there his main focus is on business. That's why the first question is on business, and the second question is on Torah. So this is the answer of Taisis and the answer of the Maharsha, which almost the opposite from each other. We talk about 2 different people. Taisis' second answer is that the first question is about nasata and nasata be'emuno. But what he's judged on, what he's being punished for, is Torah first. And the Maharal explains this answer of Taisis in 2 ways. Number 1 is the reason you ask about Mas or Matan first is because if a person doesn't have a business, doesn't have what to support himself, he can't learn Torah. Derech Eretz Kadmol Torah. That's why the question is first the Mas Matan Be'emuno. But the punishment comes to Torah first because Torah is the Ikar. And the second explanation of the Maharal in Taisis is in a similar concept of the Maharsha. The business everybody can do. Torah, some people are not able to learn Torah. So that's why the question in Braun is called the standard fit-all question. Did you do business in a munadik way? And then the second question depends on the person. Each person depends who he is, and to figure out if you learn Torah as he's supposed to. But the punishment is on Torah first. That's why that once a person is judged at his level on Torah, he gets punished first for that thing. Interesting enough, the Maharal in Netzach Yisroel Perek Chavtet seems to say that it's not a question at all. Because when the Gemara here says Tchilas Dina Shalado means the first questions that he's asked. Not that it's the first question, but it's among the first questions. So he goes to Shammai and they ask him 6 first questions, and one of them is Torah. That's what the Gemara is referring to over here, that a person is going to be dealing with Torah when he goes up to Shammai. At the first stage he goes to Shammai. The Iyun Yaakov in Kiddushin Daf Mem, when the Gemara brings that in the first place, he says 2 other answers that join together. He says, the question is first of all about business. But why is that considered to be that we're talking about Torah? So he says, a person is allowed to stop learning if he needs to work for his parnasa. But that's all. He has the heter not to learn, only if he's doing masu matam be'emuno. But if he's stealing, if he's not doing things in the right way, so he has no heter not to learn. So the first question is, did you do Maso Mata Be'emuno? You didn't do Be'emuno. That means you didn't have Neta not to learn. So this is a build-up to the question, why didn't you learn? The second answer he brings, as many Mefarshim bring this answer, is what's brought down in the Yalkut, that the famous story with Eliyahu Novi, that he meets somebody, he asks him, why didn't you learn? He says, I don't have the mind, I don't have the seichel to learn. So he comes and asks him, what is your business? He tells him he's a fisherman. He gives him all the details of the fishing business. And then Eliyahu Novi says, you're so smart, you're such an expert in fishing. Couldn't you use this talent for Torah? So says the Iyun Yaakov, this is the question over here. The question is, did you do business? You did business. You have no excuse to say you didn't learn. So it's a build-up to get to the question of Torah. Rabbi Levi Yitzchak Berditchev takes this, like the similar concept of the Iyun Yaakov in a little different way. And he says like this, if a person is doing Mas or Matan Be'emuno, that is Torah. If a person, when he's working, the whole time he's thinking, so what does the Kadosh Baruch Hu want from me? Am I allowed to do this? I'm not allowed to do this. Everything is mechashev. How is the Torah looking at it? So he's learning. That's considered to be learning. He's doing business be'emunah based on the Torah. So question number 1 is, did you do business and you learned Torah? That is Torah as well. If you didn't, so that means you didn't learn Torah then. So the shaila is, why didn't you learn Torah? But really, question number 1 is in the Torah itself. So these two answers that you and Yaakov and Dushas Levi are going, the Masu Mata Be'emuno, is really a build-up or a prerequisite to get to the question, did you learn Torah? But another ma'alach in the Achredim is to say that Nasata Matata Be'emuno means, did you learn Torah right? It's brought down in the Chidushei Agra that the Vilna Gaon said, if you look at the Gemara there in Shabbos, the Gemara learns from this same pasuk, the Gemara learns about the Shishis Sidrei Mishnah. So Nasata Matata Be'emuno refers to Seder Zroim. Doesn't mean did you do business right in the right way. It means did you learn Seder Zroim correctly? Kavat Eidim Torah, did you learn Seder Moyed correctly? We talk about learning itself. Similarly, says the Ben Yehoyada. Ben Yehoyada says Nasat v'tata be'emuno means an asik Torah sheba'al peh. Did you do it be'emuno? Did you do it lishma and not to do it for gaiver for other purposes? Similarly, the Maharit brings in Kiddushin. Nasat v'tata be'emuno means did you be mifalfel in Torah in a right way, in a way that it's not a pilpul of hevel. You actually try to understand Torah. So to summarize what we learned, there is the two answers of Tosfos. The first answer that he speaks of depends that the Gemara and Shabbos and the Gemara and Sanhedrin are talk at two different people. The way Tosfos learns it, the way the Mashal, they seem to say the exact opposite. The second answer to Tosfos depends between the question and the punishment, and the two explanations of the Maharal. Then we have the two answers of the Yun Yaakov, the Kedushas Levi, that the Sadat Be'emun is a prerequisite to get to the second question, and the Mahalach of the Gro, the Ben Yehoyada, the Maharit, then the Sadat Be'emun is a question regarding how did he learn Torah. Anyone who wants to join Shomachshava, email us to WhatsApp, please email shomachshava@gmail.com.